On Wednesday of this week, Newsmax ran a story on their website from Reuters, right? It was a wire service story, which of course many websites do, helps them load up with content. They have to pay a lot of money for it, but they can load up with content without having to write their own stuff or hire their own writers. Not that Newsmax doesn't have their own people, but you supplement that with these wire stories. And anyway, they ran a story from Reuters on their website that was titled, "Trump Calls Migrants Animals in Michigan Stop," which he did. And in the article, it says people living in the U.S. illegally do not commit violent crimes at a higher rate than native-born citizens. So it was an article that not only called Donald Trump out for his horrific rhetoric, his dehumanizing rhetoric, which he went into full detail on during his speech in Michigan this week, and it called him out for lying about it. Newsmax ran that story, and then, of course, as these websites do, they ran the headline and a link to the article on Twitter. And that, of course, is when they got the horrific backlash from their cult-like followers who can't stand to see a single negative thing about their messiah, Donald Trump. There was massive backlash from Trump fans against Newsmax to the point where Newsmax not only had to delete the tweet linking to that article that was on their website. They didn't delete the article from their website. They just deleted the tweet. And then you had Newsmax anchor Rob Schmidt, who came out and said, oh, no. What happened was that a, quote, low-level staffer sent the tweet to the article out. But the issue, they said, has been addressed. So it was a low-level staffer, right? A no-named low-level staffer, which is a totally believable story, right? Considering the fact that y'all, again, like every other news outlet, you send out a post to every story that gets posted to your website. You could have just said, hey, listen, we got basically an automated system. But instead, you blame it on a no-named, low-level staffer that nobody can find, nobody can identify, because you were too cowardly to tell the truth to your viewers, to your readers. You are so afraid of offending them that you can't tell them the truth. That is insane. But that is what media has become, even leftist media. Look, I take shots at Biden when he does something wrong or when he needs to be called out. And a lot of times, most people agree, but I will get angry emails like, hey, you're helping to elect Trump by calling Biden out for the horrible thing that he did, which happens very rarely, by the way. But we got to stop that crap, because if we're going to call it out when the other side does it, then we need to understand that we can't do it either, folks. Like, that's how that works. But what happened with Newsmax is probably the worst I've ever seen. They know that they have to be pro-Trump all the time. And if they're not, it's not about the public backlash. No, that's not what Newsmax was afraid of. Newsmax was afraid of Trump himself coming after them. That's what they want to avoid. Oh, we can't upset the big guy. We can't upset the messiah by running an article that we didn't even write. So they caved to pressure. They engaged in their own little form of cancel culture by canceling themselves. And this is what you end up with. A media outlet that is so beholden to Donald Trump that they won't even promote an article that fact checks him and shows that he lied. Their audience would rather be lied to than to be exposed to the truth for a few seconds. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.